Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Sagittarius. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance from my Sagittarius, please. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands. All right, this is one of my ride or die cards. Someone who's definitely willing to fight for this. They could have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in their chart. All right, they're viewing you as the Seven of Swords. Okay, so they might feel, Sag, like you're a little bit avoidant or avoiding them at first. And we see the Moon card, so very deeply romantic and intuitive connection, but there may be an element of secrecy around this connection. Now, I don't know exactly why that is, because it feels like this person wants to be with you out in the open, but maybe you work together and it's against company policy, or maybe you know their ex or they know yours. I don't know. We'll see what that means. And we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person is really, really in their feels about you, Sag. I'm kind of getting like, can't eat, can't sleep vibes there from that Eight of Swords energy. And they want to be with you. They want to fight for this connection. So the Seven of Wands, like I said, this is somebody who's, who's deeply committed and, going to defend this connection. They're very ride or die. They've got your back type energy. We see the Ten of Wands energy in reverse. So again, they could be a secret admirer who's just kind of coming to a breaking point here, a boiling point. They need to get this off their chest. They're willing to release burdens, obstacles, other options, whatever it might be. It kind of feels like they want to move mountains here, Sag, so that you two can be together. They're very passionate about you. I feel like they either feel just super intensely about you, or they've been loving you or admiring you for a long time. And it's like, I need this to happen with Sag. So they're really, really into you. And we see the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. So there's this element of like wanting to be out in the open with you, tell you how they're feeling. The Hermit card is one of my secret admirer cards, somebody who's kind of holding back. Somebody who may have been single for quite some time, and they know you're the one. It's like this instant attraction. It's this love at first sight. It's this, Sag is the one for me, and I want to be out in the open. I want to celebrate. I want to, shout to the heavens, right? That we're together, or Sagittarius is mine. And how you're going to be feeling the Star card, Aquarius energy. So I love this because this is also wish fulfillment for you. It's also healing. But the Star card is a little bit tamer. It's a bit more of like, let's play the long game here. Let's, take our time. Let's see where this goes. Not to say that you're necessarily like not into this person or you want to keep your options open. But again, it might be something that, I don't know if there's some taboo around this or it's like, again, there's some sort of secrecy around this connection. Now, I could just be picking up on this person being your secret admirer and just wanting to know, wanting to move this forward. Because like I said, I feel they instantly feel like you're the one here, Sag. So we have strong Virgo energy with the Hermit card. This person may sometimes be an overthinker and overanalyzer. We definitely see that with the Eight of Swords. And of course, there could be some sort of external circumstance that, makes them feel a little bit nervous here. So let's see. What else do we need to know about this person? We see karmic soulmate, so you're meant to learn lessons in this connection and help each other evolve. Now, karmic soulmates do not have to be something negative. I mean, a lot of times, karmic lessons are painful, they're intense, we don't want to repeat them. But, depending on the energy of the reading and the cards around it, for me as a reader, karmic soulmate and learning lessons can be learning to be authentic, or like it's okay to be your true authentic self. I kind of feel like it's that lesson of like, you'll never be right for the wrong person, but you'll never be wrong for the right person, right? Not to say that anybody's perfect, but that like you can show somebody all of your flaws and you're not going to be rejected or judged. So, that could be a particular karmic lesson to learn, or that, that you can trust this person, restore faith in humanity here, or they restore your faith in humanity, or at least dating, right? So, that karmic lesson, that karmic soulmate doesn't have to be doom and gloom here. And in fact, it doesn't feel that way. We see that this person is funny. They expect a lot of fun and light energy with this person. The laughter you share may very well bond you and alleviate stress. Okay, we see Capricorn. They could be a Capricorn or have Capricorn in their chart, or just embody this energy where their work and stability are high priority. They're reliable. They get things done. They're grounded. They're disciplined. And we see Counselor energy. So this is somebody who's very balanced. At least when it comes to everything else, maybe not so much with you, Sag, right? Because there's this intensity here, but they're good at mediating situations, when it warrants. They easily guide people through difficult circumstances. I can't speak. Sorry about that. I promise I'm okay over here. But yeah, like that, that could be their job, or that's just how their personality is. So a lot of people come to this person because of that, trust this person, ask them for advice because of that. And we also see your opposite sign, Gemini. Now, Sagittarius, I believe you came through heavily you came through in the Gemini reading, which was actually a really beautiful reading. So you may want to check that out if you feel called to, or if you have Gemini in your chart, or you're dealing with a Gemini. But yeah, this person is the thinker and communicator of the zodiac. They're multifaceted. They're super capable. They're also very romantic here with the Knight of Cups. I mean, I think this person's a bit of a heartbreaker. You're going to find them dreamy, romantic energy. This is someone who probably gets a lot of attention, but they really only want yours. And again, maybe they feel like, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's secrecy around this connection. It just could be that they feel like you're avoidant, or you're not as into them, or you're dealing with something here that's draining your time, your energy, your love, your money, your resources. All right, and so they're waiting for the right time to really tell you how they feel. Maybe they're waiting for you to leave a karmic situation or a job that you hate. All right, so we see you would be shocked. So this is going to shock and surprise you, Sag. We see that this person may have long hair. Now, again, this is a super specific message that's not going to resonate with all of you, but it will be confirmation for some of you. All right. And we see here that they could be Asian or of Asian descent. Your first date could be to eat some, eat Thai food, eat sushi, go to a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant. So this could be in their genetics, or it could just have some other resonance with you. But remember, specific message that's not for all of you. That will be confirmation for some of you. And we see awakened. All right, so this person is awakened. Perfect. Perfect for my Saggies who are connecting with this reading. All right, what else do we need to know about this person? What else do we need to know about this person? We see occupation and we see expectation. Okay, some of you might meet this person and they're waiting to hear back about a new job, or they're in the midst of a career change, or they're waiting to hear about a raise or a promotion. Some of you also, they might be building a business. Okay, you may also meet this person too when they're during their free time. So maybe it's on the weekend, or maybe they're on vacation or something like that. I also feel this expectation card can be somebody that's been waiting for you, Sag, or waiting for someone just like you. And we see marriage energy in reverse. So a lot of you, I do think this is somebody who's been single for a long time. They could also be somebody who's been married and divorced in the past. This may also be somebody who really stresses about this connection, Sag, because they never thought that they were going to get married, or they never thought that they were going to really truly find the one. So a bit of a lone wolf energy there. and we see mature man coming through. Now, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. So that mature man energy is somebody who has a wealth of knowledge and experience. They're grounded, they're calm, they're patient, and most of all, they're mature. So you definitely don't have a player here on your hands. All right, so let's see what else my Sagittarius need to know about this person. All right, they may have an imperfection in their speech, so that could be like a stutter or a small slur. It also could indicate that the language you speak with them may not be their native language. Okay, so they may, make grammar mistakes, pronunciation mistakes. We see that they're known to be sarcastic, so they may have a dry sense of humor. I don't get that this person is snarky or obnoxious, but for me, usually sarcasm is an indication of a high intellect. Your paths will cross during the next air sign season. So we see Gemini season coming through here. So it's not too far away. It's only about, 2-3 months. Okay. And we see that this person may dye their hair. So they might change up their hair color. They might get highlights, lowlights, or they might just be covering up grays. And at the bottom of the deck, we do see that this person has been in your proximity at least once in the last 6 months, Sagittarius. All right, so they're viewing you here as the Seven of Swords. So they may feel like you're a little bit avoidant or secretive, or maybe there's some secrecy around this connection. They may also be waiting for you to get out of something that really isn't in alignment with you. Like I said, it could be a job, a living situation, another relationship. Okay, they're also viewing you as the Eight of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So they see you getting out of some sort of karmic situation, or you meet this person when you've made a decision to leave some sort of situation that's not in alignment with you. And the Six of Wands in reverse. And again, it kind of feels like you're busy doing this. You're busy up-leveling. You're busy with some sort of new beginning. You're busy with ending something when this person comes into your life. And so your energy might be a little bit scattered, and they do kind of feel like you breadcrumb them, or you're not giving them the attention that you deserve. Now, my Sagittarius, how you're feeling the Four of Wands, it does feel like you're meeting this person at a time when things feel a little bit less than stable for you. So again, that could be economically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, whatever it might be. It just feels like you're kind of like you might feel like you're in a little bit of a less than ideal place, where you can't focus all your energy either on this particular person or dating. And they feel that. And then they stress about that. Okay, but it doesn't mean that this doesn't unfold or this can't happen. All right, so let's see what else they really love about my Sagittarius. What else do they really love about my Sagittarius or admire about you? The Hermit card. See, both of you come out as the Hermit energy, Virgo. So you could have Virgo in your chart. Maybe there's something in the Virgo reading I did. And just remember, if any particular reading isn't resonating with you, Sag, do check out your other signs, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus sign. I also like to check out my North Node if I'm dealing with a soulmate situation. So they see that you seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, and it serves your personal creativity. Yeah, beautiful. And I think this person has those elements as well. So there's something in you that they recognize. And they see you as a dilettante, but you're not always a hermit, right? Sagittarius, you definitely love and thrive on social contact for the most part. And they see you as delighting in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So they see that you're not superficial. They see that you have a lot of likes and interests, which I think they feel makes you not only multifaceted, but fun to be around. But at the same time, it's like you don't take anything too seriously, right? Like you're far from pretentious. Yeah. Because they also see you as the student archetype. They see you as humble and devoted to knowledge and learning. This is such a Sagittarius card, and you're just open to lifelong learning. So we see the moon card. So this could be an element of secrecy, as I mentioned, around this connection. But it also tells me that this is going to be a deeply romantic connection. There's going to be a lot of deep emotions that come to the surface here. Also an intuitive and possibly telepathic connection. All right, and we see that this connection arrives to interrupt repeating patterns that have kept you stuck. Awareness becomes the first step towards change or toward change. Okay, so breaking free of karmic situations. Spirit has a funny way of putting the right soulmate on our path at the right time. And while following a personal interest, this meeting happens while you're engaging in something you enjoy or you feel passionate about. Alignment forms through authenticity. Okay, beautiful. And we have learning through contrast. This connection highlights differences that invite understanding. Growth comes from awareness. Yeah, so even though there's a lot that they recognize in you that they see in themselves, you also have these differences that also create tension, but in the healthiest way, right? Which keeps a relationship interesting, but also growing and learning, right? Like you may not see everything exactly the same way, and that's okay. It doesn't have to create like unhealthy tension. We also see that this connection requires conscious communication and accountability. Beautiful. And building emotional maturity. We see that here with this person. And with the Moon card, we get this confirmation that this connection heightens your ability to sense alignment and misalignment and helps strengthen your intuition. Beautiful. All right, Sag, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know about this person or this connection. What else do my Sagittarius need to know about this person or this connection? Okay, we see third party energy. So again, that could be this karmic situation that I'm picking up on. It feels like it may be more in your energy than theirs, but of course you can swap the energies that I'm picking up on. All right, we do get karmic soulmate, we get third party, so it does look like there's some sort of interference. It does not have to be a romantic rival, okay? I can't stress that enough. And we see forever young, so there's an energy of playfulness here between the two of you. All right, and we see reaching out. This person is definitely going to be the one to ask you out or take initiative here, Sag. All right, and we do see that there's potential within this connection for it to be a lasting love. All right. And anything else? Anything else my Sagittarius need to know? Anything else we need to know here about dates or times? All right, so maybe this person might already be around you or it's happening this week. We see December, so I may be connecting with my December Sagittarius, but December can also be Capricorn energy here. Maybe you met this person back in December, or you see that something in December helped bring you two together. Just trust your intuition, Sag. Take the messages that resonate and leave the ones that don't. Sending you so much love and light. Take care.